Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is EverQuest Project 1999. And today we're on the green server on the level 54 Shadow Knight. About to try this one again, y'all. I don't know why it's so frustrating to me, but it was a really good session, and I've been hyping it up. Um, We're trying the Ghoul Lord in Lower Guk. So the loot isn't like super desirable, but the camp is like difficult and it's fun to try it. And it should be good experience if you can like lock it down and get it done. Start making a little route out of it. But unexpected things happen in this one. We try to figure out how to pool it a couple of different ways. There's feigned death that happens. There's getting stuck that happens. There's deaths that happen. So, yeah, look forward to that. It's a very long one. We got 3 hours of footage here. I'm probably going to do a part one and a part two. So, what happened the first time was I did record part one and it was all zoomed in and crap, and I just didn't want to put that out. So instead, I went and did East Freeport Guards on my Shadow Knight and put that out last Wednesday. So it's been a week. I was hoping I would feel like doing this again after a whole week. But yeah, I do. It's okay. I do. But a slight bit of frustration. It's annoying when you record for 3 hours and then you try to make a video out of it for an hour and 45 minutes and then it's all screwed up and now it feels like 4 hours that you wasted. But not really. Just an hour and 45 minutes for real. But yeah, we're meeting up. We're in our little spot in Lower Guk. It's the Zol and the Dar, a little dad camp you can do. Pretty chill. Should take you to 55-ish, 56 maybe even. Zol will green out, but it's green and blue. I think like 54 it starts greening, well, maybe even 53, but in 53 it's mostly blue, like 90% of the time, and then 54 it's like 60, 70% of the time it's blue. But the Dar is like almost always blue when you're 54, and then 55 I think Dars start to like green a little bit here and there. Um, and the Zol is like more of a 50-50 or 40% type of blue at that point, but it's still a pretty good little camp for your dad camping if you want a bunch of downtime in between, but you're just trying to get some progress during a busy day or something like that. So he's meeting up. Um, what was before this? Before this, we did Frenzy, right? Like on my last video, I did East Freeport Guards, I think. I'm trying to remember now, because Sunday we did something. No, Sunday I did the 3 Dars. That was cool. That was another one that was like difficult. Wasn't sure if I could do it, but made it happen. Those are the things I'm looking for in this game. I want to see things that I haven't seen, I didn't get to see back in the day, or I can't remember from back in the day. Like Nagafin's Lair, for example. Like, I can't remember that place. And if I ever went to it back in the day, I can't pull it out of my brain. So I don't think I ever did go back to Nagafin's Lair back in the day. Maybe to do Nagy like once, but just real quick go in, do it, leave type of thing. Like, I don't know. But anyway, we are chilling. We're medding. So our plan is, we've never done the Lord before. We've never done the Ghoul Lord before. We've done Frenzy. We've done Scent. We've done Archmagus. I've done Assassin, Supplier, everything in that Dead Tower, Executioner, Cavalier, Savant, yada yada, Ritualist, all that. I've done all that. It's all on video somewhere on this channel, whether it's Thuggish or Sinnycool. It's on here somewhere. So the only one I've never showed is the Ghoul Lord. I've showed the hand. I've shown the Upper Guk. I've shown like the king or whatever. I've shown like almost everything in this place, except for the live side of the live part of Lower Guk, which I want to show on my Necromancer or something. I did peek around in there with my Shadow Knight, and it's really confusing and I don't know, but we'll look around with my Necro maybe so we can kill everything as we go. Maybe get some loot and poke around a little bit slower with the map up. So basically, I want to show the Ghoul Lord. I thought it'd be a good challenge. We were able to handle the Frenzy. We were able to handle the Archmagus. So the biggest, baddest thing in the zone is the Ghoul Lord. And I'm going to argue, if anybody says any different, you go try it. if you think anything else in this zone is harder than the Ghoul Lord, go try the Ghoul Lord either solo or with a duo or something. Like a full group, yeah, you'll be fine because, one person can get destroyed while everybody else is killing everything. But if you have a duo or you're solo, if you get hit with the ice comet, like, good luck with that. Or if you get hit with the harm touch or whatever, like, good luck with that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Keelan. That's somebody I talk to on here all the time. He's saying he's leaving Assassin Supplier in case you want to the camp. Getting a text right now, but we're buffing up, basically medding up, buffing up, and then we're going to move to Archmagus, because I thought Archmagus would be a good, like, before a good place to start from, because you're going to see there's this roaming Dar. The Ghoul Lord camp has this pathing Dar. When I say roaming, I mean pathing. It's just another word for it. This pathing Dar that goes all the way from Archmagus all the way back to Ghoul Lord. So it's this thing. It's a problem because you don't know if somebody's killed it or not. You don't know if it's coming or not. You don't know. The timer's hard to keep track of. He comes all the way into the room. But we're IVUing up, and we're going to move over to Archmagus, a staging ground. I think that was the word I was looking for earlier. We're going to stage up at Archmagus. So IVU over there. Right here's the safe hall. This is our little spot if you head towards Frenzy. The safe hall's behind us. We're heading towards Archmagus right now. This is where you could potentially fall down if you go in the middle, but you just don't. There's Archmagus on the right. We're going to go in here. This is a nice little safe spot. The closest thing is probably the frog that's behind that false wall right there, but he's like around the corner, so it's no big deal. I don't think he's never aggroed. If I pull to here, he's like never aggroed. So he's behind a false wall around a corner. So normally I'll have like Delmar sit like right here. So he's around a whole nother corner. So Delmar will be around a corner and around another corner. He's around two corners, in comparison to anything that I would be pulling. So he doesn't get aggro on accident or something like that. So we're all buffed up. We're in our staging spot. So the idea is kill the pathing Dar, and then we got everything all the way up to the Lord, so the Lord hallway, basically, which is another camp that people do for experience. And the Lord hallway has the pathing Dar, it has a pathing Zol, it has two, usually wizards, behind the pillars, and then you go to the next section, and it's like a Dar on the right, and then either wizard or another Dar on the left, and then you go to the next section, and there's a Dar on the other side of a pillar that's right in front of the Lord room, and then if you don't kill the pathing Dar will come all the way in there, all the way into the Ghoul Lord room. So it's hard to really find a spot to sit for this camp. If you sit in the room right before the Lord room, you got the Dar that pops in there, and then you got the Dar roomer that may or may not come, depending on if somebody's doing Archmagus, or if somebody's doing the hand, or if somebody's doing the Lord hallway. Like, if nobody's doing any of that, then you got to account for it. If somebody's doing it, then you kind of assume that they're killing it, but sometimes they don't, and then it roams all the way back and it joins the fight when you're trying to fight the Ghoul Lord or a Guk wizard, which is the hardest thing in the zone, pretty much. Anyway, I said recording, don't confess to no murders. All right, let's double check our recording right now, y'all. My audio is working. I brightened up the footage. It's not zoomed in. I just got the whole thing this time. I didn't even cut the top part off. Just the whole thing here. It should be good. Recording, 8 minutes in. Okay. Try not to keep the mouse on the screen. Yeah, the sound was working for this. That happens. If I do a post-commentary video, the sound seems to work. And if I do a live com video, the sound doesn't want to work. Something to do with my receiver and headset, I think. Like receiver, headset, OBS, EverQuest. Like somewhere in there, they don't like each other. And I don't know what it is, but mostly it's the receiver and the headset that cause the issue, I think. And if I record without the receiver in, then it records the sound. If I put the receiver in and try to do live commentaries, for some reason the sound doesn't come through, at all. I record what's happening on my laptop, and there's no sound. You would think, okay, the receiver's in. If it's not working, it's just I'm not hearing it in the headphones, but it's actually happening. But no, it just doesn't. It makes the game not play the sound. I don't get how a receiver from a hyper headset HyperX headset can make the sound in a game not play. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird, but it happens. Yeah, I say it's got to be the headset. I'm talking about that right now. Yeah, we're chilling. We're waiting. We're gonna I don't know. We're just chilling like right before starting, and the plan is to clear everything up into the Lord, which because we didn't know. We've never done this before. We don't know what we're doing, and I figured that would be the safest way to tackle it. Would be to clear everything behind us. That way, if we get into something, we can back up a little bit, root without fearing other things adding into the fights. Like we know exactly, okay, we cleared everything behind us. We know that nothing's gonna add on. Everything in front of us is what we're fighting, and nothing behind us is gonna join in, was the idea. So he's got 80%. What do I got? I got the Banshee Aura now, which is really nice. It's like 12 damage. Damage shield. It costs a pearl, but not really. You just have to have a pearl in your inventory. It's not a reagent. It's just a requirement to cast a spell, and it doesn't get used up or anything. I really like that. I like the Banshee's Aura. I think with Shadow Knight, I was see, now I don't know like what I've said and what I haven't said, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but I made a gigantic hour and 45-minute video that didn't go out. So there's a lot of stuff I said in that I'm remembering, but not that I don't know if you've heard it or not, you know what I mean? With Shadow Knight, remember once I got to my 40s, mid 40s, 43, something like that, I started feeling weaker. And I talk about this a lot, but there's a development to this, so I'm adding on to the thought. Once you get to like 50, though, if you can get past that hump, there's like a hump with Shadow Knight. It starts like 43, it goes to like 49. 43 to 48, those 5 levels, you're going to feel so weak. Like you felt so strong up until that point. Like through your 30s, through your 20s, you're feeling super strong. You're a Shadow Knight, you got Harm Touch, you got a lot of HP, a lot of AC, you got spells, you can Fear Kite, you got a pet, you got life taps. You're feeling very strong. You're an ogre, or a troll, or an Ixar, whatever you are. Ixar region, breastplate, all that stuff. But once you get to 43 or so, you start to feel weak. And you're going to feel like that until you hit about 49. Once you get 49, you get a bunch of spells. And I feel like that's the difference. Like, the spells once you get 49, you start getting good spells all the way to like 60. So, there's a spell I missed. I've been looking into, like, my spells for my Shadow Knight. I'm looking for this Dar, by the way. Because you got to find this Dar. First thing smoking for this camp. You got to figure out, where is this pathing Dar? Unless you're just OP with a 6-man group, like, you probably don't worry about it. But if you're a solo or a duo, you're going to have to worry about, where is this Dar? I need to find it. I need to kill it so it's dead, so it's not coming into the room. That's what I'm doing right now, looking for the Dar. I'm going to pull it to the Archmagus little hallway there, where Delmar is, if I can find it. Fall in the hole like a noob. Oh well. But yeah, there's these. So Life Leech is one. It's a quest that you do. Anybody have any information on that? Let me know in the comments. I'm wondering if maybe my Necromancer would be able to solo that quest. It's called Life Leech. It's like a level 49 Shadow Knight spell that I didn't get, but it's awesome. It's like almost 300 damage life tap. I think it does have like a 2-minute cooldown, but it would be nice to add that to my spell bar, like a 300 damage life tap. And so it's a quest. You do it in Wrath Mountains. It starts with like a Dark Elf Necromancer in Wrath Mountains. You have to like talk to a gnome, get him something. You got to get the white gold necklace from here. You got to get like a prickly pear from Nagaphan's lair, I think. You got to give like a bunch of plat and like talk to a couple people. It's like this whole thing. And then at the end, you turn in something and you have to fight a monstrous zombie. So the main things I want to know is my Dark Elf Necromancer going to be able to get the quest and talk to everybody and do the turn-ins? And I got a Korgul Wizard here. I don't know how that happened. Must have been behind one of the pillars and I got impatient. And I just wanted to start clearing and pulling something, so Korgul Wizards aren't that bad. They're bad, like when you first encounter them, they're kind of strong, but after a while you kind of want to fight those. Because I'll resist a lot of the spells. They don't have as much HP. I can bash them. He can stun them. You know, it's not that bad. It's better than fighting a Dar, usually. So I would like to see Korgul wizards, because they're still blue most of the time. Only annoying when it's like an ad, or it actually hits you with some spells, like, but really it's only hitting me with spells like 50% of the time. But Life Leech, am I going to be able to do that quest? Is everybody, like, there's a gnome I have to talk to that hates necromancers. That was like a big hang up in the quest, that maybe my necro can't do it. It's a couple Wrath Mountain NPCs, and then I think everything's in Wrath Mountains, but you got to go to Lower Guk, you got to go to Negafin Slayer. That's exactly where I'm at too, so it like makes sense to try this quest. But Life Leech, there's the Dar. So I'm gonna get him next. That's the one I'm talking about. He's the fly in the ointment to this camp. He stops right there, and it's stupid. Okay, let's get him. Face pull him. He didn't even see me. He's staring at the wall, staring at his booger collection on the wall. But yeah, do you think my necromancer can do the Life Leech quest? Because at the end there's a monstrous zombie at the end, like the boss fight, and it says you need a group of level 50 plus to kill him. And he like has summon, and you can't fear him and stuff like that. It's like one of those fights, like an actual boss fight. And I'm just curious if you guys think either my necro could kill that zombie by himself, like solo, like maybe with the pet and a bunch of dots, and like root it, dot it up, send the pet in after it loses like 75%, like 25%. I might get summoned, but I got a damage shield, I can get away again, and maybe it summons me again, I feign death, I don't know. You think I can handle that monster zombie with my 60 necromancer or not, by myself? Do you think I need Delmar to come with me, and you think me and him, or me and his mage, or me and his druid, or me and his monk could do it? Or maybe even Thug and Delmar could do the monster zombie? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Like, can we, tank and spank it? Like, you think I'd be able to take the hits and he'd be able to heal me and we'd be able to kill it? Just the two of us? I don't know. Just interested in that, the Life Leech spell. I really want that spell. And if I go to the tunnel and auction for it, I feel like it's not going to pop up. And if it does, it's going to be like 8K. If I go do it myself, it's going to cost like half of that. And I'll know that I'm going to get it instead of just sitting in the tunnel. Then there's a couple of other spells that, the best spells for your character is usually the ones that you have to buy from other people or that are drops. Sometimes they're really, like, the over there spells are pretty good, or the ones you get in Valius or Kunark are pretty good. The ones you just buy from your hometown are not the best, usually. It's usually like drops or Valius or Kunark spells. So the next one that I get is at 55, I think, my next level. I get Aura of the Dead, I think it's called, which is a new Vampiric Embrace that does more damage, like a life tap. You put it on as a buff, and then it's a proc that happens, and it's like another life tap. Ooh, I got two. This will be interesting. Not sure how that happened, actually. So it's the Zol, green Zol, and then we got a wizard. So what we should do here is root the Zol and kill the wizard. Because if you root the wizard, it's just going to keep firing spells off. So I get away from the Zol's rooted. And I'm just far away enough that he can't hit me. So the only thing is that Delmar can't see me to heal me right now. So eventually I do get... like, I just wanted to get established here, like, what I was hitting, what was rooted. He just hit the Zol with the direct damage, looks like. Like, the Zol is way lower, and it would die faster, but the wizard would be shooting us the whole time, so I figured the wizard would be the best thing to kill. And it would be easier to keep the Zol Knight rooted. So I went after the Korgul wizard. Right now I'm just missing all my hits. Haunted it, and then ran it over here. That way Delmar can see me, Delmar can see it, but we are still utilizing our root and our crowd control. Alright, now we're in business. Zol is rooted, the wizard is dying. Let's go. Okay, the Zol looks like he broke root, now he's on Trey. Trey reroutes and runs back over. Nice. One thing I gotta say is during this entire video, I did not use Rest the Dead. I didn't know. I don't know. I just didn't. I'm an idiot. Like, I used the Rest the Dead on the 3 DARs and it worked wonderfully. But, yeah. This is without Rest the Dead, too. We do this camp. We do it with Trey's, lulls, and my feigned death. Mostly. Alright, now we kill the Zol. It's green. It'll still give experience, but should be an easy fight. So what I normally do here is if it's a wizard, like a core wizard, I'll just snare and bash. If it's a Dar, I'll try to dot it up with all my damage dots. And then if it's like a Zol, pretty much treat it like a wizard almost. I'll just snare and bash, mostly. My mana just goes away so quick that I gotta keep it for snare. You know, some of these run. I know sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. One person in the comments will say they never run. One person in the comments will say they always run. It's just like you never know for real. There's a lot of frogs nearby. They are undead, but I swear they run sometimes. Because we've had them run and go through the wall and bring everything from everywhere. It definitely happens. Because we've died to it before. So I know they run. Missing a bunch again, but yeah. Kicking butt. Getting it done. Clearing our way up to the Lord. So yeah, it was Aura of Undead, or Aura of the Dead is the first one. It's the cheaper one. And I really want that. I'm gonna have to go to the tunnel and try to get that. So while I'm in the tunnel trying to get that, I'll also try to get Life Leech probably if I can't do the quest myself. Then there's Aura of Undeath, which you turn yourself into a skeleton and you get the damage proc, life tap. Which it says it's not great for trolls and ogres because it takes away slam, but I'll just use one hand to do bash, it's fine. I'd love to turn myself into a skeleton because it'll be better for the videos to make my character a little bit smaller and easier to see around. And number 2, maybe I can sell to certain things, like in Northern Row. I remember doing that, the guards there with my necromancer, and they wouldn't sell to him unless he was in skeleton form, and then they would sell to him. So maybe the same thing will happen with my Shadow Knight, and I'll be able to sell to more vendors in skeleton form. I don't know, it'd just be cool to be a skeleton, too. Like, I'm the biggest. Ogres are the biggest, right? Bigger than trolls, bigger than anything, bigger than barbarians. And for YouTube, it's like, I have to do first-person views most of the time because my ogre is so big, you can't really see around him. And if I have that skeleton buff, then it'll be better for the visuals on the videos. And I'll also have a nice life tap proc. So if anybody out there has any of those 3 spells, let me know and I'll buy it from you. I have the plat right now. I was saving up for a fungi or a new weapon or a new haste item, but flush that down the toilet. Because all my spells are going to cost like, I don't know, at least 10k. It's going to flush like a third of my plat down the toilet. But it is what it is, man. You got to get your spells. I feel like you got to get bags, weight reduction bags, and you got to get your spells. And then you got to fill every slot with, like, stats, at least. Those are, like, the bare minimums. So I got to get my spells, dude. That's the only ones I'm missing, too. I'm only missing Life Leech, I think, out of all my spells right now. Maybe, like, one other spell that I don't know. But, yeah, I have most of my spells. And it makes a big difference, too. Like, when I got Banshee Aura, that felt like it made a big difference. When I got Siphon Life, it felt like it made a big difference. When I got Boil Blood, it felt like it made a big difference. So, spells are definitely, like, that Life Leech would make a gigantic difference some of the times. And then, especially the Aura of Undeath, that one would be great. Because I can just put it on, and now it's, like, kind of passive life tap damage and healing. You know, Trey, I was looking at his spells, and some of the ones that he has to buy. There's one that he can do where it's a buff he puts on other people, and then they get a healing damage shield or something. So every time something hits them, they get healed. I think that's pretty sick. I would love to have that on. But I don't know if he has it yet. It's called like Mark of Karn or something. Karn? Something like that. I don't know if he's looking into his spells he needs to buy or not, but it sounds like he's got some cool ones. Fighting a Dar, so these are usually the most, like, taxing on mana and take a lot of time to kill. Not as much these days, but traditionally was the case. But working our way through it, I think we're getting there. This might be the first Dar in that second room. So like I said, there's the Pathing Dar, and then next up is probably the Pathing Zol in the next little section. And then you got to kill the two behind each pillar, which are usually wizards. Then there's another section after that, like a, I don't know what to call it. It's more like a hallway, but it's a room / hallway, but they're in sections. So there's like the first section, which is the Pathing Dar, the way to the hand with the pit that you fall in. Then there's the next section that has the Pathing Dar goes in there. There's the Pathing Zol, and then the two behind the pillars. And then there's another section that has like a Dar on the right and a wizard on the left. It's pretty easy to pull, like solo pulls. And then there's the next section, which is the little tiny section before the Lord room that has a Dar in it. So I think right now we just pulled the Dar on the right side of the, third section or whatever you want to call it. Not the Lord one, not the one right before the Lord, but the one right before that. So I think we have like one more. Stay here for the 4, a Dar. Oh, I said there's 4 left. So that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, something like that. My mana is always an issue, dude. Like, I feel like we could, I don't know. I feel like I could pull more, pull faster, pull more, like pull multiples, pull more often, quicker, but I've always got to get mana because, like, what's the point of being a Shadow Knight if I don't have at least a little bit of mana to snare or life tap or dot? All right, we got the Dar Gold Knight over here. That's the one that's sometimes a wizard, sometimes a Dar. Pulling them back to Trey. We're almost to the Lord room. But yeah, this one gets interesting. Just trying to break the Lord room. All this stuff respawning behind us while we're trying to break the room for the first time that we've never done. The enemies that are in the Lord room are super strong. You got like the strongest enemies in there. They're called like Guk. So these are Dars, there's Cores, there's Jins, there's yada yada, Zols. Well, there's Guk, and Guk's like the highest. Can be up to like level 49, I think. So we're gonna end up starting to face like Guk Ghoul Knights and Guk Ghoul Wizards and stuff like that, and they're tough. I think they're tougher than Bloodthirsties. I'd rather fight a Bloodthirsty than a Guk Ghoul Knight or a Guk Ghoul Wizard. Definitely rather fight a Bloodthirsty than a Guk Ghoul Wizard, that's for sure. They're tough, man. I don't know how people... That's why people avoid the Lord room. That's what I'm trying... Like, this is not a desirable camp that I would recommend for you to do if you're just looking for experience or loot. The only reason I'd recommend this camp is if you're looking for a challenge and you want to see what you can do. And it could be good experience if you're able to break in and do a rotate. You know, if you can get it locked down and you're on your 4th rotation of it and it's super broke, then you could probably get some really good experience. It's probably some of the best in the zone, but it just takes a lot to do that. We got Bougie Weeb running through here. He was kind of a, interesting character. Be the nicest way to say it. He stole one of my... I was doing our dad camp and he stole a Dar. He stole the Dar one time, even though I'm standing right there and I'm staring at a blank spot where something is about to spawn and I'm buffing up and I'm ready to go, standing, looking at the spot where the thing is going to spawn. He's been running back and forth. He sees me there. I'm not in Viz or anything. It pops, he grabs it and he starts killing it. Like while I'm just like waiting, I got my fork and my knife and I'm waiting for my steak and the steak gets put on my plate and he grabs it and eats it. When I'm there with my napkin and my tucked in my shirt and laying on my lap, you know what I mean? I got my water, I got my fork and my knife, and I'm like clinking them on the plate. I'm ready to go to eat my steak, and then the waiter puts the steak on my plate and he grabs it and he takes a bite and he says, "Oh, were you eating this?" "Yeah, you idiot. Of course I was. What do you think I'm doing? Just standing here buffing up looking at nothing?" So anyway, now he's running back and forth through AM while we're trying to do this. We were here first. He seems like he's just like I don't know. Not He's like a 60 necro too, and he's trying to claim the whole entire lower Guk one time while we were down here. He's just one of those people. Like, you didn't like ever kill me or do anything too crazy, and I love necros, and I think he even watches the channel, so shout out to him. But I don't know, the couple of times that we encountered each other, it wasn't super chill. It was stealing a dar from me and running back and forth while in between, yeah, and then claiming entire lower Guk the other time. So 3 times I've seen him. It wasn't definitely wasn't being chill or cool. He was being I don't know, a bougie weeb. Guess his name. Anyway, pulling the last dar, which I get confused later and think the dar is right there instead of where we pulled it from. So that's a situation later. I forget that this dar spawns right in front of the Ghoul Lord room, and I think it spawns one section back, so it takes us by surprise on its next pop. I said last one before the room. Showing you the whole thing, all the way leading up to it, everything that we did, just adds to the whole thing. I feel like it's a story. We start at our spot, we buff up, we come here to the staging area, we kill everything between the staging area and the Ghoul Lord room because we've never done it before, and we want to be safe and make sure there's nothing behind us. It's just this whole story here, and then there's all kinds of shenanigans that happen after this. But 54 Shadow Knight, I think he was 54 Cleric at this point. He's 55 now. I think he was almost 55 here. He's like a level ahead of me. Trey has 3 or 4 level 55s, like pluses. I was saying something the other day, like, dude, you're about to get your second 55. He's like, nah, it's like my 3rd or 4th. I'm like, oh, dang. I was just thinking that myself, like, dang, I'm about to get my second 55. He's like, I got like 3 of them. Only thing I could say is I got a 60, but I think it's cool to have 55 plus, because 54 is so hard that 55 is really when you can start to brag a little bit. I guess 50, because that used to be the cap. It's like a little tiny brag. Not so much these days, but I guess technically, if you got however many level 50s, that's something. It's better than not having any level 50 pluses. But I think the next time you can brag is once you get to 55. Like, ooh, I got this many 55s or whatever. So I only have 1 right now, technically. I got 1, and then I got 2 54s. And then like a 43. So I got a 60 and 2 54s right now. I really want to get that. I want to get Thug to 55. I've been camping the East Freeport guards very slowly. I died the other day. It was funny. I was doing East Freeport guards. I was just doing, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I was doing, but I was full. I had a bunch of long swords and fine steel and short swords and shields and all that stuff. I was full. So whether I was doing just Horizon or Horizon Goman and the other 2, or whether I was doing all of them or not, I can't remember. It's probably some combo. But I was dad camping it mostly, and I got full. So I was running to Oasis, because I figured out Oasis is probably the closest place. Got the Gypsy that will sell to me. So, on Viz Up, I run out of Freeport. I get past the guards, I'm out of the city, and I'm running towards Northern Row. So you know how you put on auto run? I'm so fat, I'm so slow that I just put on auto run and I like look at the TV or something. All right, we're heading to the real staging area, which is the room right before the Lord, which you're pretty safe sitting right here as long as the Dar Pather is not. I would say sit in front of the line. You see where Delmar's sitting? Maybe in front of that line, where in front of him. If you sit like in front of that, then you'll never get like the 2 on the either side. So if you look at him, to the left of him and to the right of him, spawns a Dar or a wizard or whatever on each side. I don't think they can see him there, but I would feel a little bit safer if he is like 1 more line up, maybe. He's totally safe right now because we just killed them, and he's probably safe anyway. Like, I'm just saying, like, if the safest spot you could sit is probably like 4 feet in front of where he's sitting, because then only thing that would ever attack you is the pathing Dar that's been dead. I got it on a timer, but I don't know. I think at this point we had like 7 minutes left before that pathing Dar came back. So I told him, let's get full mana, because we're about to try to pull the Lord room that we've never done before, and in case there's a critical resist, which, get ready. Hint, hint. Foreshadowing. I gotta figure out like a title for this and a thumbnail for this. I had one before, and now it's been a whole week. It's been like 2 weeks since I did this, and it's been a whole week since I tried to do the video. I don't know. It's been at least 10 days since I don't know, thought about it. Thought I had a good title. But what was I talking about? I don't remember now. Oh, yeah, dying. I died. I was auto running the Northern Row. I was super fat, just kind of watching something on the YouTubes while I was running. Because I'm running so slow, it just didn't even make a difference to strafe run for real. I'm super full. I'm like 250 pounds over 170 or something like that. Got no more soap pots. So I hit the zone line to Northern Row, and I do it again. I'm like, all right, auto run, point myself towards Oasis. Slightly towards the water, but not too much because I want to be near the gypsy camp when I zone. And auto run, watching TV, auto running, looking back and forth. Everything's cool. And then I get Mrs. Sinny aggro. And I know it's probably cringe from every time I say all this, but it was good aggro. Just want to clarify, not bad aggro. It was good aggro. And I take auto running. I assume I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it, honestly. Like, I was thinking with the wrong head. Okay? So that happens. I totally forget about my character in the game. I'm using my wrong head. And I come back later and I'm dead. I'm dead in Agok. So I look back through my thing. I'm like, oh, geez, I don't even know where I died because I was auto running. It says I drowned. Did I drown in Northern Row or did I drown in Oasis? So what had happened was I auto ran and I was angled just enough towards the water where eventually I hit the water. I start swimming in Northern Row and then I hit the zone line pretty quickly after that. And I zone into Oasis in the water, and then I drown in Oasis. So I don't even know where my body is when I come back. I'm like, geez, man. I have to look back through. I'm like, okay, so I know it's somewhere, like by the zone line in Oasis in the water. And luckily, I remembered I had locate corpse, so I run through Firot, I run through Enethul, Invis, I run through Southern Row, I get to Oasis, I know it's on the water somewhere, I get by the water, I know it's by Northern Row zone line somewhere, so I go that away, and then I start hitting locate corpse, and it was just right there, like right off just deep enough for me to drown, right by the zone line. Like, ah, man, it's such a stupid death, too, because I'm 54, and it took a half a bub of 54 away from me that I worked like all day to get on like dad camp in the horizon. So now I don't even have it. I'm like 2 bubs and a nipple into 54 now when I was like halfway through. All right, we got a Jin Ghoul Wizard, a Guk Ghoul Knight, and a Guk Ghoul Wizard. The bane of our existence is that Guk Ghoul Wizard, but not this one. Maybe. We'll see. I forget. It's getting to where I almost forget what happens here. I know like what all happened, but I don't know what order it happened in. So we got a Jin, we got a Guk, and a Guk. A Guk Ghoul Knight, a Guk Ghoul Wizard, and a Jin. So in my head, I thought, okay, the Jin is probably the lowest level thing in there. So if we're going to lull anything first, it should probably be the Jin. That way, even if we get a crit resist on a Guk Ghoul Knight or a Guk Ghoul Wizard, that the Jin will just stay there. So I think that's what we do. He's full mana. I got over 60. We're all buffed up. I'm going to target the Jin Ghoul Wizard. We could have done this many different ways now that I almost want to try the Ghoul Lord again because I think I could do it better now. Of course, now that I've already done it and seen it and got some experience with it, plus Rest of the Dead, I think we could do way better. I don't think like Rest of the Dead would not get resisted, but I feel like it's better if I get crit resisted than if he gets crit resisted. That's the difference. All right, so we got the Jin Ghoul Wizard. It's pacified. So we just have 2. We don't have 3 now, we just got 2, but they're both the highest level things in the zone. Guk Ghoul Knight, Guk Ghoul Wizard. What happens here? It resists. So the Guk Ghoul Knight resists. That's the PH for the Lord, by the way, the one standing on the throne. We got a Guk Ghoul Knight, a Guk Ghoul Wizard. He tries again, it crit resists. So I'm standing there, I'm taunting, I get the Wizard. So the Knight is on him, the Wizard's on me, the Djinn is still in the room pacified. So he's rooting the Wizard, or the Knight. He gets it rooted, but he did lose about 30% health doing that. So now we're fighting the Wizard, and the Knight is rooted. But what you're going to see is that a Guk Ghoul Knight doesn't stay rooted for very long because it's a big badass. And a Guk Ghoul Wizard isn't going to die very fast. So this is difficult. Luckily, this wizard I don't think was level 49. You know what's crazy? Guk Ghoul Wizards are like 43 to 49 or something is their level range. So that very tippy top 49, that's when they get Ice Comet. And of course, a wizard with missing skin, a frog in a dungeon with missing skin and no pockets, has enough money to get Ice Comet right when it hits level 49. So, not exactly realistic, but yeah. If you encounter a Guk Ghoul Wizard that's actually the tippy top level 49, it can hit you with Ice Comet, which does 1100 freaking damage. Alright, the Knight broke root. I'm gonna try to taunt it. I got it. Looks like he rooted it. I just wanted to make sure. He is almost dead. Delmar has 20%. I have half mana. I think he's even a little bit low. I say, let's kill this wizard, man. I just want to get it dead before whatever we do. If we camp out, if we feign death, it'd be nice to kill this wizard. So I'm like, just kill this one, then we'll figure out what we're doing next. Like, I don't know if I had Harm Touch or not here. I still felt like we had it a little bit under control, even though, you know, Delmar just healed himself. I haven't seen how much mana he has yet. This wizard's almost dead. We killed it. I felt like we had it under control a little bit, even though it was close. Okay, he's low on mana, and we have, like, the hardest warrior in the entire zone, which I didn't know at the time exactly, but I knew it was tough. Say I'm taunting. I'm full HP. Trey has enough to take, like, a hit or two. Yeah, so I'm saying maybe you camp and I'll feign death. Alright, so I told him to... I didn't, like, exactly say camp, but I think he took the initiative to camp out, which was a good idea. Alright, he's rooted right now, but I think he can camp. Because I got aggro. I think he's waiting for root to wear off, though. Okay, he got a little bit further away. Sitting down. Alright, now he's camping. I say camp, he says camp. I got enough HP to survive until he camps out. This was kind of our strat if stuff went wrong. He camps out, and if I die, oh well, I can get rest. If my feign death works, then he comes back and we're good. Because I thought it was a smart strategy. Not that it's a strategy I invented or anything, but just thought it felt smart. This right here. So he's got 10 seconds left. He's almost out of there. I still got 60% HP. He's totally gone, so I'm going to start trying to feign death. I think that time maybe my auto attack was still on, so I got to stand back up, leave auto attack off. It makes a big difference, I swear. I'm just waiting for this feign death, hoping I have enough HP. Just jamming on that thing. Work. Okay, it works, y'all. So we kind of did it. We're starting to break the room. We killed one thing in there. We killed the ghoul. We killed, like, the hardest thing in there, really. I mean, it depends. That wizard, I think a 49 Guk Ghoul Wizard is the hardest thing. But, like, anything lower than that, like the Guk Ghoul Knight's probably harder. But we got rid of one of them, and we got the other one pacified. So really, if we can, like, regroup quickly, we can really get in there. Problem is, I think my timer was about to go off. He had to camp out. Now he's got to come back. Our mana's low. Our HP's low. I'm laying here feign death, not getting anything back at the moment. So once you feign death, you want to make sure the enemy goes all the way back to its spawn point. And then I'll even let it stand there for at least 10 seconds or something. But I think as long as it goes all the way back to a spawn point, you're usually good. Because you know how sometimes you'll feign death, it works, and then they go away, and then you stand up, and then they come running back? I think that's when you're impatient and you don't wait enough time for them to go all the way back to their spawn point. I don't know. I'm learning more about Feign Death myself. I've had Feign Death on my Necro and on my Shadow Knight, and I still don't know everything about it. Like on my Necro, I never had to stop auto attacking to Feign Death because I was not auto attack. I had a bowl and a book. I wasn't hitting stuff. So, but here he comes. He's back. All right, and he's totally safe. If you're gonna camp out, you want to do it like right where I am, or even where he did it was pretty good, as long as that Dar's not there. But that felt like smart to me. Like it didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but you know, stuff hit the fan and we adjusted and figured it out on the fly. And we didn't even really have that plan going in, I don't think. Like, hey, if we get two, if we're low on mana, you camp out and I'll feign death. We kind of came up with that on the fly, I think. I mean, maybe not, but. All right, I'm gonna lay here a minute. I just want to make 100% sure. I don't want that Ghoul Knight coming back with us low on HP and mana. Like, I make sure to lay there longer than I even need to. Like, it's overkill, but just makes me feel better and safer if I'm laying there. We got one dead. Good start. Yep. All right, we might be able to skip ahead a little bit. Let's just put it in 2 times speed because we're just gonna be meditating and getting back. You know, getting our mana back, getting our HP back, trying again. I need to see how much. Oh, I said I forgot timer, so it's probably off a little. I said we regroup and break it rest of the way. Or Delmar said that. I said, yep. Oh, another thing we realized right here is that the wizards do an AoE. So Delmar was getting hit by that AoE. It was the first time. So, you know, we fought cores before, but he's usually far away and not like right next to him. So in this tiny room, it's hard to get away from the wizard's AoE, and I feel like the Guk the Ghoul wizards have like a nasty AoE. So that's another thing we realized on that first pull right there was he's got to stay back, even though it's like I don't know, it's kind of hard to stay away, but if possible, try not to be super close to the wizards because they do an AoE. Now we know. Yeah, it took 55% of his health. Damn. So we're good. We're good, you know. IVU'd up. It's one thing you can do, just IVU and sit here if you're worried about a pather or something repopping. We're going to get our HP back, our mana back. I got it in 2 times speed right now because I don't feel like skipping through the video with my mouse because I feel like I always skip too far ahead. But I'll put it in 2 times anytime we're just chilling. Which I think this is for quite a while. Which kind of screws everything up a little bit. Because the Dar Pather's going to be back soon. The stuff behind us starting to repop. We don't want the room to be like super spaced out. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We have to get full HP and mana to try again. Even though it's just going to be 1 Ghoul Knight for real. But we got to kill it fast enough that the Dar doesn't come back too. I said, but if you get low, run out of room to camp. Yeah, like right around where we're at right now. We're like solidifying our plan that we just did, pretty much. Even if I die, him camping is good. Like I told him, don't be shy. There we go. We look at my 54 experience. I was barely into 54 when we did this. Now I'm like 2 bubs in a little bit. Like I said, though, I was freaking halfway through 54 and then I died. He nods. Yeah, if he can camp out, I say don't be shy. If it looks like we're not going to win the fight. And then here's the Dar. I'm like, dude, at least we're IVU'd and we're like chilling, but now we got to kill that thing because we don't want to. It's a whole thing, dude. Like there was a monk killing Lord Hallway, I think, for a bit, and then you got Bougie Weeb over there doing AM. Just random people running through. Sometimes you never know if like they killed the Dar or not. So sometimes you're like waiting on this Dar and it doesn't come, and then sometimes you think somebody's killing it and then they don't, and then here it is showing up. So anytime I see it, I definitely prioritize killing it. I guess I'll take it off 2 times speed, huh? There we go. Just a Dar, so it's not like something crazy hard. We should be able to handle it. but we're also not full. We weren't totally ready for it. But I am hitting it with some dots. Doing my global cooldown. Got my Banshee aura on. My looks like Grim aura maybe. I think I'm missing Vampiric Embrace though, because he kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't thinking about fighting anytime soon. Sometimes when enemies have certain weapons, I feel like they do more damage. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes Horizon will have like a rapier and a falchion or something, and he'll hit faster. Killing the door. This is the Pather. This is the one I set my timer off of. I don't really know which one. It's like you want to time the room because you want to know when the room's coming back, especially if you're in there. But it's like the stupid pathing door is really important to keep track of, so you kind of want to time that thing. But then if you time that thing, it takes its sweet time. You kill it, but it spawns, and then it like walks around slowly, stops here, stops there, walks around slowly, stops here, stops there. Then eventually it gets to you, but that's like 2 minutes later after it spawns. So it's a whole thing, man. I know I keep talking about it, but this Dar Pather like was an issue a little bit, at least in my head, as the puller and the timer and the tank. All right, so now he's dead. Now we're completely good, except for if the Dar spawns in this room, which, you know, behind us is popping. We should have a little bit of time. Anyway, I probably should have waited for this Dar. But then it's in my head, I'm like, dude, we killed that wizard. All we got's the Guk the Ghoul Knight, and we're in. Because the Jinn is pacifiable or lullable, and if we can kill this Guk the Ghoul Knight, we're in the room, and we made it in. We can start doing the room. We can sit in the room. But stuff just started popping, you know, camping out and feigning death for a while and then medding up and all that. It's like taking too much time to where stuff's starting to repop, and now we're going to have to probably kill the Dar that's in this room before we go back into the boss room to pull something to kill it. Then by the time we kill the Jinn, the room might be repopping again. It's just like a whole thing, dude. Like, it takes forever. Already 75 mana. I said, we gotta go when you're ready. I'm worried the hallway behind us is gonna pop. I said, we probably have enough time, though, to med. He said, 75 mana. I said, okay, when you're full mana, let me know. Because, I mean, we're gonna fight a Guk the Ghoul Knight. Which I don't know if he needs, like, full mana for that, but it's nice in case, like, the Dar spawns. That's what I was thinking, I think. Like, worst case scenario, we pull this Guk the Ghoul Knight, and then the stupid Dar spawns, too, so I wanted him full mana. If we're halfway through the fight and then another thing spawns, we'll be able to, like, maybe take care of both of them. I said just that one, but then another might be close enough. How many in room? It's really two. Two is the answer. I don't know what I said there, but it's Guk the Ghoul Knight and Jinn Wizard left in the room. I had this whole idea that this boss room had, like, I don't know, false walls or like a balcony or something. I think I said this in the lost tapes, the black tapes of the last time I tried to do this video. I don't know, but I swear there's a boss room somewhere in this game. I thought it was Lower Guk and I thought it was the Lord room, but there's a boss room and you look into it and there's like 3 enemies. And then you go in the room and you think there's just 3 enemies. So you like law, pool, but then something like on the balcony or something in false walls comes with it. And it's like this whole thing that you have to remember. And I haven't seen that. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's just made up in my head and never happened. But I thought it was either Frenzy or Lord, and it was neither one of them. I mean, Frenzy does have that little slave frog in the cage on the right. And maybe that's what I was thinking, but that thing never comes. So I don't know. Does anybody know what I'm thinking of? Or did I just make that up in my head? Imagine you're looking at a boss room and there's like 3 enemies in there, 3 or 4, something like that. And you're like, okay, this is doable. I got lull this, lull that, pull this, feign death, pull, whatever you do. It's not too bad. But then you do it, and then all this other stuff comes. There's a balcony or something in there. If you go in, and you look around and you look up and you look behind you and all that, there's like 2 other enemies or whatever. Or it's like false walls on the side that you can't really see or something like that. If you actually go in the room and there's like a false wall on the left and the false wall on the right and there's enemies in there. I can't remember what dungeon that is or like what boss room that is. There's a false room in like Lower Guk where you fight like the scribe. It's similar to that a little bit. Like you see the scribe in there and like another enemy, and then there's like a false wall with a couple wizards or something. There's another dungeon we did where there was like a false wall with enemies in it too. That's always annoying, right? I thought the Lord room was like that. That's why it was so hard. But really, it's the freaking 49 wizards and. Alright, we got the Guk the Ghoul Knight. So the Djinn was able to be pacified again, and we got a single pull. It's just this. We can kill this, we're super golden. We're fighting it, it's super tough. I'm hitting it with all my dots. Trey's trying to hit it with direct damage. I think it's like resisting a little bit though. Djinn Ghoul Wizard has been pacified. A Guk the Ghoul Knight incoming. Put him in a body bag. Hitting me for 79, I'm hitting him for 12. Hit me for 58, I hit him for 62. Hit me for 95. Hit me for 111, that was 200 damage. Bang, 122, 30. He just hit me for like 350 damage in like a second. 128, bang, smoking me. These things are tough. They got lots of HP, and they hit hard. I got 40% HP. It has like 60%. Okay, I got a full heal. I usually taunt right after he does that. Anytime he does a direct damage to the enemy, I'll taunt right after. And anytime he full heals me, I'll taunt right after that. Sometimes I get stuck casting a spell or something, and I probably should cancel out of the spell and run and taunt. But usually I'll finish casting my spell, hoping I'll get like snap aggro. I don't know. It's a whole thing with Shadow Knight. You get stuck in the middle of a cast when... Like, I'll be fighting this Guk the Ghoul Knight. He'll hit it with the direct... I'll start to cast a dot or something, like Boil Blood, for example. So, I'll have aggro. We would have just pulled, maybe. He hits it with the direct damage. Or no. I'll be dotting it. I'll cast Boil Blood, and then, like, 75% through... Or 25% through the cast, like he'll hit it with a direct damage, he'll get aggro, and then I'm stuck sitting there trying to wait for my cast to get over with, hoping that that'll get snap aggro, and then usually it doesn't, and I have to run over and taunt. We got 2 of them. I don't know if he realized at first. The Guk the Ghoul Knight's almost dead. A Dar spawned. I don't think he saw it right away, because if he did, probably would have rooted the Dar a little bit quicker. Now I'm rooted. Here he comes to root it. But I'm also rooted, so I can't really move away from it. My health is pretty low, but the Guk the Ghoul Knight's pretty low too. See what happens here, I can't really remember. Okay, the root's off, I should be moving. I don't realize it though. I've got a full heal. I think in my head I was like, I don't want to move because he's full healing me, and I don't want to get like... Alright, finally I get away from it. I think it's like almost dead. Okay. So this is another thing that screws us up. I'm out of mana, he's got 35, that Dar spawned right in the middle of our fight with the Guk the Ghoul Knight. We're gonna kill this thing, obviously, but now we have a Dar to deal with afterwards, with low mana. Super low, bang, kill it. Now 2 things are dead in the room. There's just a Djinn wizard standing there, like a low-level wizard. Alright, I'm gonna wait for root to break now, kind of sit here, meditate. Yeah, I literally forgot that Dar spawned there. Alright, here it comes, so I gotta stand up. I have no mana. I'm taunting. My taunt just hit 194, let's go. Pretty good, right? For some reason it's going after him. So he roots it. Alright, we're in this fight against the Dar. It's not the end of the world, it's not like the hardest fight ever, but we're just low. We just fought one of the hardest things in the zone. Forget like how much of this I'm gonna do. I'm definitely doing part 1, part 2. And if you aren't that excited yet about it, part 2 is going to be, it's crazy. I think there's a good ending spot for part 1. So I think I know where I'm going to end. I said if we kill this, we're Gucci. Because then the Pather's dead, the Wizard's dead, the Dar in the room's dead, the Ghoul Knight's dead. We just have a Djinn Wizard left in the room if we can kill this thing. Can't remember the status of my harm touch. So right now would be a decent time for it. Just to finish this thing off like quickly so we can get in that room. I think I don't cast my harm touch enough. Doesn't always work though. Like sometimes like on what's the enemy that it never works on? Like Geonids. Something it never works on, but it works a lot of the time. It's not like a super lifesaver like a full heal, like a lay on hands. It's only like 700 damage. I need to use it more, like be a real Shadow Knight. I've been lately, like I've been using it here and there. If I need to break a camp and need to kill something quickly, I'll use it. If we get multiples, sometimes I'll use it. It's not like a thing you really use when you're about to die. Like up until like, I don't know, level 40, maybe you use it if you're about to die, but eventually it's kind of a tool you use to kill something quicker, not to prevent a death. Because normally it's not really going to prevent a death. I said I'm out of mana. If we kill this, we're good. Root it, no snare, not running, never mind. Alright, everything's dead now. What could possibly happen? Got one freaking Djinn Wizard in there. I said one more, but we only got like 4 minutes. And 4 minutes till the Dar Pather that takes another like 2 minutes to get to us. So I was hoping that was enough time to get in the room at least. But like I said earlier, we killed that wizard, and then in the course of killing that wizard, we had to camp out, feign death, camp back in, stand back up, meditate forever, kill the Pather, kill the Ghoul Knight, kill the Dar. It's been a while now. Foreshadowing. Got like 10% mana. He's got 35. We IVU just in case. Alright, 2 times speed. Come on, bro. It's gonna be a minute. But I don't want to scrub through the video because I'll scrub way too far. But yeah, I think there's a decent stopping point where something exciting happens, and then there's a little bit of downtime after that, and then like the second part 2 is going to be great. I hope you guys like this because I've been hyping it up. I've been talking about it for 2 weeks now, and I don't know. I'll be kind of annoyed or devastated if it only gets like, I don't know what's going on, you guys. Like we do good sometimes. Like when I talk about THJ or Quarm or some drama or something bad happens, like people watch. But when it's just like a challenge that is exciting and fun for me, like I don't know if that's going to get the views unless put something negative in the on the thumbnail and in the title. So unfortunately, I have to like find something negative from the video so people will watch. It's like if I don't do that, like when I did the triple Dars, like the comparison, the most recent thing was like we did I forget what it was, dude. Like the THJ got shut down, and that was one of my videos, and it got like 1,000 something views. And then I did the guards in Eastern Freeport, and like on the thumbnail I say I screwed up or something, and that got like 600-700 views, which is decent for us. And then like the triple Dars that I did on Sunday, which was hard for me. It was a challenge. It wasn't a gimme. Like I could have died. Like I've never done it before. It was an underutilized undead camp. Sometimes that'll get views because undead is something people look for, and I don't know that everybody knew about that camp. And that thing got like 200 or 300 views. I mean, it's only been a couple of days now. It could get more, but it's like if I don't put something super negative on the title and thumbnail, then nobody wants to watch. I mean, all right, so I'm pulling the Djinn Wizard, right? I gotta. All right, we might have to go backwards because look, I got 2 of them somehow. I had this happen last time. Let's go back a little bit. We're here. Put it in 2 times. I'm going to do a John Madden replay on this. It's kind of hard to see, but we're buffing back up. Yeah, I was explaining to him that I wasn't expecting that Dar to join in the Ghoul Knight fight, because I didn't think it spawned there, but it obviously did, because I pulled it from there the first time. Alright, I'll be ready to put it in 1 times here. Maybe even 0.25, because there was just a singular wizard standing in that room when I pulled. Just wanted to show even just Trey that there wasn't 2 wizards when I pulled it. And then 2 wizards came. And then it was a whole thing, because we weren't expecting that. I think I'm about to pull, so I'll put it in 1 times. See this? 1 wizard, right? Let's do 0.25. 1 wizard, nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Casting, casting, casting. Of course I do snare like an idiot. If I'd done boil blood, I bet you this wouldn't have happened. Alright, I can't see right now, but I do. A Jingle wizard is engulfed in darkness. A Jingle wizard says it's time for you to take your blasphemy into the next realm. It's right here. It's almost out of the room. Look! A Guk the Ghoul wizard. Your beliefs are insult to us all. What happened there? It was almost all the way out of the room, and somehow the Guk the Ghoul wizard still aggroed me. So we got the Djinn and a Guk the Ghoul wizard who just popped. You think... It's so annoying. Put it back in 1 times. I pulled it with nothing in the room. Unfortunately, I pulled it with snare, but a Guk the Ghoul wizard obviously popped while it was running out of the room. But usually when something spawns, it's not like immediately aware of its surroundings, right? And that freaking wizard was halfway out of the room when it popped, and then, I don't know, I think that was just a bunch of bullcrap. Alright, now we're getting butt blasted by 2 wizards. I say, got 2 wizards. We got a Djinn Ghoul, which could die pretty easily. I'm kind of panicking at the moment, because look at Delmar's health. I don't think, we didn't really expect to. It kind of took us a second to realize. You know, if he heals himself, we might be okay, but we just gotta stay away from that Guk the Ghoul wizard over there. I don't even know where it is, for real, at the moment. Just fighting this Djinn, hoping I can kill it. Alright, he's camping. I told him to camp. He's got 10 seconds. He's out of here. Okay, I'm gonna try to feign death. Is this gonna work? We got 2 wizards. Normally, if you have a caster, feign death is not gonna work. Unless you just get super lucky. So, I'm trying it. I'm still auto-attacking, though, like an idiot, so that didn't work. Not auto-attacking now. I have the Djinn on me. I don't know where the Guk is. It's not hitting me at the moment. It's just the Djinn. Just the Djinn. There's the Guks. Now I got 2 on me. Trying to get away from them. I'm ducking now because of the dumb torch on the wall. Alright, I feigned death. I feigned death. Somehow, y'all. Somehow. It works. They were just casting the wrong spells. They were like buffing themselves or something dumb. If they were casting anything else, I would have been screwed. I can't believe that worked. Can you believe it? Just think about it. I got a Djinn Ghoul wizard on me. I got a Guk the Ghoul wizard on me. 2 wizards in this tiny room with a pillar in the middle. My duo just camped out. I have like, look at my health. Somehow, my first feign death fails. I'm getting hit by both of them. I run around the pillar. The torch makes me duck, so I can't feign death. I run around the pillar again. I feign death. Luckily, they were casting something stupid instead of something on me. It looked like a damage shield and a buff or something they were doing. I was slightly around the corner, and they were casting on themselves instead of me, so it worked. That was so crazy. I can't believe that worked. I thought I was dead for sure there. We're 112 through the footage, and there is 2 hours of footage left. So there's like 3 hours and 15 minutes total. So I should probably try to do at least an hour and 30 at least. So we got at least 15 minutes left here. That was not the ending yet. So once again, I'm feigned death and he's camped out. So hurry up and put it in 2 times, buddy. All right, I got it in 2 times speed. So he's going to come back. I'm telling him on PlayStation Messenger that I'm good and he's good to come back pretty much. Because I can't talk to him. We're not on Discord or anything. I know that's like the strat that most people do. They'll get on like a Discord call so they don't have to type to each other. I don't know, man. You know me. I like the old school, like, I want it to be the way it was back in the day. That's why I'm playing. I kind of like that I have to try to type while I'm trying to. Yeah. The game is easier these days just because of all the stuff people have done that's smart, like getting on a Discord call with your group mates. Like that's smart. Now you don't have to type. You can just talk. Like that's super smart and not I'm not saying don't do that. I just feel like it adds a little bit of difficulty if you have to type to your group like you used to have to do back in the day. There was no Discord back when we played this game, right? So anyway, be able to hurry up and type something out while you're dying and then you still survive somehow. Like I don't know. I know nobody's going to agree with me on that one. They're going to say, "Nah, why don't you just get on a Discord call? Like it's so dumb. It's just something." I don't know, man. Like I think it's cool though. I want like I always say, I want the huge borders we can barely see the screen, and when you meditate you have to look at your book and you can't see the enemies and you can't see nothing. Like I like that. I feel like it's a difficulty thing. Like it makes it harder. I'm never trying to make this game easier. Anything that can make it easier, a map on the screen, a Discord call, a potion that gives me more experience, never trying to make it easier. Even when there's extra experience and loot on the weekend, I'm not like, oh, I have to play right now. Wake up at 5 a.m. on Friday and play till the last minute and play 10 hours a day the whole time. Never thinking that. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like, I'm still going to play maybe just a little bit more than usual, but I don't know. I never want to make it. My goal isn't to make this game easier via like outside, conveniences. And I'm just a weirdo. Maybe that's why you watch me, because you're the same way, or you appreciate it that I'm not always trying to make this game easier. I'm not even like saying it's a bad thing or like throwing shade at anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying this is me and the way I like to play it. I like to click around with my mouse so you can see what I'm doing. I like to not be on a Discord call. I like to type stuff in the chat. I like to not have a map on the screen so I have to remember instead of just having something showing me exactly where I'm at. I don't need timers on the screen or nothing. One thing I would like is like maybe it shows my dots and like how much damage they're doing. Like that would be nice. Like that's not that big of a quality of life. Like that's one thing I don't like is like how it doesn't show your dots and how much damage they're doing. Um that's just like one thing at least I would take. I don't mind like a map on the screen wouldn't be that bad. Just like another thing that I can say like we're still in 2 times because we have to recover now. We have to recover now. I'm like watch Lord spawn now because we killed the Guk Ghoul Knight, we killed the other wizard. Did we kill the Jinn? No, we didn't. I feigned death, so the Jinn is still in there. The Jinn and a Guk Ghoul Wizard are in there now, so there's 2 in there now. It's still doable though, because we could lull the Jinn and kill the wizard, but I think stuff's starting to pop behind us, and that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of looking behind us to see if something's coming, type of stuff. I feel like the Pather is coming soon again. This will be the 3rd time we've killed it, so that'll show you how long this has taken. It's like an hour and a half. Okay, so the ones like right behind us have spawned. I don't think they're ever gonna see us though, unless we get knocked backwards or go all the way into that room right there. I IV you just in case to take a look around. Behind us. Really looking for that roamer, that pather, that dar, which I can't find him anywhere. I don't know where he is. Maybe he hasn't spawned yet. He goes. There he is. Okay, never mind. I think that was him. Unless that's the Zol. Oh yeah, I don't know if he's up or not. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody was killing him. He might be dead, but I don't know. That's why I looked around. I went IVU, I looked around because I wasn't sure. Is he up or not? Did somebody kill him or not? Is he coming or not? Do I have to account for him or not? Like, it's a whole thing. But we're meditating. We were literally just waiting for this pather right now because I don't want another fight where we have to camp out, feign death. You know what I mean? I'm gonna find him. There he is, finally. Way back here by AM. Taking his sweet time. Stopping every 5 steps to stare at the wall. And I can't pull him either. It's not like you can, like, go all the way over here and pull him. That's not gonna happen. There's like 50 things in between him and us. We would get a whole train of frogs if I try to pull him from here. So it's not like you can pull him right when he pops and kill him. I mean, you could both go back. I guess you could both IVU up and go way back to the AM, but such a hassle when he needs mana. I mean, he doesn't need it right now. I guess that's what we could have done then, I guess. But then you're like leaving your camp too. Like, I don't know. Just not ideal. I don't want to leave the camp to go kill a pather that's taking forever to come. So I think he's coming, but he keeps stopping. I said I'm just going to wait because I'm not sure. But yep, that's pretty much what's going on. We're just waiting on this pather. We got 2 up in the room. Guk the Ghoul Knight's going to spawn, and then the Dar's going to spawn, and like, we're going to start from scratch pretty much. I just had something ding. I hope it's not anything on my screen here preventing me from recording, because that would be great. It happens again today. I don't know what I'll do. Just the dangers of making such a long video is like stuff can go wrong way more. Right, we're in 1x again, sorry. We're blamming them down. We're trying to kill them quick. Dotted them up. Got all my buffs on. Trey's hitting them with direct damage. About halfway dead now. 31. Miss, miss, miss. 69, 70. 10. Miss, miss. Miss. 60 something. 80. Miss, miss. Dodge. Miss, 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 miss. Miss. 37. Miss. 47. 107 from him. 89, 80 from me. 102 from him. How come he doesn't miss 50,000 times? He's hitting me like every time. Bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Yeah, anybody out there, let me know if you have those spells. Life Leech, Aura of Death, and Aura of Undeath. Those are the spells I'm looking for. And let me know whether you think I can do that quest or not. Whether it's my Necro or some combination with my Necro or my Shadow Knight or some combination. Trey has 55 Cleric, 55 Mage, 57 Druid, and like a 54, 55 Monk. So I'm guessing Necro Mage or Necro Cleric or something like that. A dog's dreaming again, if you can hear that. Alright, IVU, we killed the Dar. The next one will be in our room facing the boss room. So we're pretty much starting from scratch. We're killing the Pather, we're killing the Dar in our room. The whole room's going to pop again, and then we have to start all over. But the difference is, we're here. You know, we're not killing everything between AM and here. But we're pretty much starting over. We did the room. We did the Ghoul Lord, technically. We did it, because we killed the PH. Okay? So that counts. I'm counting it. We're on our second PH now. The one that was standing there is no longer standing there, and we have a chance at the Ghoul Lord. So I call that doing the Ghoul Lord, in my opinion. We're right outside of the room, and we killed the PH. So now we're waiting for the PH to spawn, see what it is. Could be the Ghoul Lord. So we're doing the Lord right now. He said, I'm hoping he don't take too long, because then we have time to work on boss room again. So last time he spawned was when we pulled the Ghoul Knight. So we killed the Dar, or no, we finished off the Ghoul Knight and then we killed the Dar, right? So when the room's fully popped is when he's gonna pop. So that sucks. That means there's no chance at, you know, pulling something from the room before the whole room pops again. What's cool, though, is that Djinn Wizard is still in there, so we're never going to get 3. That was kind of like a caveat, like a looking on the bright side type of thing. Like, since we never killed that Djinn Wizard, we always have something we can pacify. I mean, we haven't killed it yet. I'm not saying we never kill it, but up to this point, we haven't killed it. And it's pacifiable, lullable. You can sing it a lullaby. Tell it to go pee-pee so it doesn't pee its bed. Just wants to get a drink and go to the kitchen. Want to play Fortnite for 1 more hour. I don't got school tomorrow. Can my friends stay over or spend the night? Put on my jammies. Alright, we are waiting, so I should be in 2 times, but I am stupid talking about jammies. Alright, 2 times. Hey, we're an hour and a half through the footage now. It's almost halfway. As soon as this thing pops, I'll put it back on 1 times. I'm waiting for it. I'm kind of around the corner sitting, waiting for it to pop, hoping I get aggro, but I don't aggro the whole room type stuff. I think I'm even IVU'd right now. Now I am. Alright, now I'm IVU'd sitting here. Mana, HP, regenning, tray, good to go, hopefully. Out of the way. Making sure I pull it as soon as it pops, and I don't get the whole room too, which doesn't really happen, but basically just pulling it as soon as it pops type stuff. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Come on, fucker. There he goes. So 1 time speed, pulling the dar. So there he is. Ready? 54 Shadow Knight, 54 Cleric, doing the Ghoul Lord. It's quite a challenge, unless you're super twinked with mana stones and fungi tunics and haste items and raid gear. If you're a normal player, I want to see you duo this, or solo it. If you're a crazy maniac, poop soccer, I'm sure you can do it. Alright, so dotting them all the way up to Dar. You know, doing all my stuff. Hitting them with the vortexes and the snares and the boil bloods and the heart flutters and the disease clouds and all that. Fully buffed, fully dotted. Smacking them with my ebon mace. Bashing them with my shield. Trey's blasting them with direct damage. Ready to full heal if I get too low. That damage shield's doing work. 12 damage every time he hits me. Which is nice, man. I know it's low, but if an enemy hits me like freaking 50 times in a fight, right? It's like 600 damage or something. 25 times, that's 300 damage. It's probably more realistic, but it's a whole nother dot, for real. It's like having your pet out. My pet's green and level 30, but it, you know, hit for 15 here and there, and 35 here and there, and 20 here and there, and it ends up just being a passive dot. So it's another thing. I don't have my pet out. I just, until we clear everything and have it broke perfectly, I'm not going to try to get my pet out. Because if I have to feign death or feign death pool, or, you know, just the pet gets in my way and gets on my nerves and creates more aggro and more problems. So with the Shadow Knight, usually if we go to a camp, I'm not pulling out the pet until we've completely broken the camp, and I'm pulling singles. Like we were doing the frenzy one time, and I waited till we did the frenzy last weekend. I didn't record it because we've already done that before, but we added in like the 3 cents, the 3-cent dars, and I had to like rest the dead, and the pet kept wanting to run all the way over there, so I didn't, you know, summon my pet until I had broken it. He's so annoying to hit guard and then back, and I feel like I'm so far away that he shouldn't come, but he still comes, stuff like that. I said, time for fun. It's time for the room. Alright, so 2 times, come on, man. Anytime we're just sitting here meditating, 2 times speed, let's go. I think this is the finale of part 1, everyone. We got the boss room. Guess what happens? So it's all good and bad. I'm not saying like we suck and we just die a bunch and that's the video. I'm not saying we're awesome and we get in there and we get the Ghoul Lord and we get all of its loot and we just crush it. Somewhere in the middle. Like sometimes we're smart, we camp, we feign death. Sometimes we're smart, I feign death pool. Sometimes we're smart, we break the room. Sometimes we're in there. Sometimes we're dying. So it's all that. It's a bunch of everything. All right, I said, K, lull the Jinn when you're ready. I think we try lull the second whiz and pull the knight, because I just felt like that was the ghoul. The Guk Ghoul Knight is gonna resist, I feel. That's what happened last time. So I'm just going based off history and what happened before. Before, the Jinn was able to be pacified, but the Ghoul Knight wasn't. So I'm like, try the wizard now, and it didn't work. So same thing's happening again, basically. We got a Guk Ghoul Knight and a Guk Ghoul Wizard. I got the Knight on me this time, though, which is a little bit different. Trying to get the Wizard off of him. Taunt it. It's casting, though. The Knight is rooted. We're fighting the Wizard. That should be the way it goes, you know? This Wizard's tough, though, man. He's not going to go down like a Jinn or a Core or something like that. He's tough. We really need to smoke this thing. I thought we was good. I thought, you know, it's a Wizard. We can take it out before we... At least kill it before we camp or feign death, but I'm kind of panicking a little bit here. I'm not typing the tray. I'm not... I feel like we were okay till like right there. Now I'm screwed. I got destroyed by the knight or something all of a sudden, and I'm just freezing and panicking and casting and trying to life tap to where he has time to full heal me, but I die. I die. He said that he was casting full heal and he healed my dead body as it was falling down. Like we almost... It was close. I probably should have... So with that situation, first of all, I didn't know that it was going to crit resist. Like I tried a different target that time. I didn't go with the same boneheaded move that we did the first time. Then the first time we got out of there, we both were alive. Like the same thing happened again, but this time I died. So what happened that was different there? You know? Um, you know, I don't know. The first time I was able to feign death, he was able to camp. I think we killed the wizard though, right? Anyway, so it critical resisted, even though it was the wizard this time and not the ghoul knight. They both came. He rooted the knight. I was fighting the wizard. I was hoping we could kill the wizard and then, you know, feign death camp, all that, to get rid of the ghoul knight. But the ghoul knight broke root like a little bit too early, ran over and destroyed me down to like 20% HP. I'm like kind of hesitating, freezing, not typing anything, not communicating. I'm real low on health, like 20%, got both of them beaten on me. I'm trying to life tap, keep my HP up so he can, you know, complete heal me. And I think he was trying, I don't know, I have to go back and look through. I think he said he was trying to complete heal. We'll just go with that. I don't want to go double check or anything, but I think he said that he was trying to complete heal me as I died. Like it went off, like it literally went off and like hit my dead body as I was falling, is what he said. And then he was able to gate after that. So, not at the end of the world. You know, we both could have died and we both could be running back to lower Guk. Ideally, you know, the thing that happened the first time would have happened again. Like he would have camped out, I would have feigned death. Maybe we would have killed one of them. You know, the second best thing that could have happened was, you know, he camps out and I die, and then he can res me, and it doesn't take as long. But this is like the third best thing that could have happened, you know. He got out of there, he's still alive. He doesn't have to have res sickness and meditate and HP and all that. He can get back to my body, res me, and then we try again. So that's what you're going to see next time. That's the end of part 1. I died, and, you know, it just gets crazier from here. Crazier like in a good way, and crazier also in a bad way. So we have more big brain moves where I do a snare feign death pool, and it's super awesome. And we break the camp and we get in the room, and then when there's boneheaded moves like I die again, I get stuck behind the throne, etc. So you got to watch part 2. I think part 2 is even more exciting than part 1. So stay tuned. I'll see you there. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel. Comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. If I didn't already shout out Lisa Jean, shout out to Lisa Jean. Helps a lot. She did a super chat for 20. And man, I needed that. So if anybody wants to help out, join up, subscribe. It's $2 to join. You get emojis and badges that level up and all that. You get to be a center and one with the choir for $1.99. Hit that join button. If you want to support even more, there's a tier 2 and a tier 3 for $4.99 and $9.99. If you don't like giving money to YouTube, you can do my Patreon. Just go to my channel and go to, there's like a link right under on my homepage, Patreon. Super thanks is always awesome because it's just straight up, money. So it's awesome. Super thanks. Shout out to Lisa Jean. And yeah, that's about all you can do, and I super appreciate it. But I get it, man. We're playing a free game from 20 years ago. Um, what do I expect? But hit the like, run these videos through, and if you got any tips, or tell some people at least. Double your viewership by telling somebody else. It's probably the best thing you can do for free is give me another one of you. You know what I mean? Then that person gives me another person, and that person gives me another person. It snowballs. All of a sudden, we can get more views, more subscribers, and then I'll get a little more AdSense than like 5 pennies. All right, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. We'll do part 2 next time. Peace out.